team know about the call. Nikki's going to record. So happy Wednesday. This is the last Wednesday of the month. So congratulations. We're having an unbelievable month. I just want to do a couple shout outs. We have Marissa is leading the pack in Canada with 19 orders. And then right behind her is Sarah Naylor with 14. And then we've got our new guy, Randy, who's brought on 9 partners this month. So just incredible. So yeah, it's exciting. I mean, of course, there's lots of different success stories, and I know that there's a lot of you going for Partner Plus and QSC, and I believe Angela, do you want to make an announcement? You just promoted somebody today.
Yes, so Darpin's been promoted, so she's QSC, yeah. And yep, she's going to be working on getting her next step in the next couple of weeks. Her and Randy and Marie are definitely on fire.
Yeah, awesome, good. Does anybody else want to do any shout outs to your team or new? Anybody? Okay. So a couple of things I just want to say. Big night last night. Listen, Harriman, can you put your hand up? 100 people that were on the call last night. So incredible. She like just knocked it out of the park. Just so proud of her and the quality of health professional that she is. And we did live stream it in Design Your Sweet Life. They did not record it because it's one of her talks that she's going to take on the road once COVID's over. She is one of our Prevention Plus speakers, and she does travel across the country with her different presentations. So that was one of the reasons why she did not want it recorded, because it would kind of dilute, I guess, her energy of going out city to city with her presentation. But we did live stream it. It is in our support page, Design Your Sweet Life. So if you do have people that want to see it, you can add them to our group, and then you can tag them so that they can check it out. So when I woke up this morning, we had 250 views on that live. So, you know, having people in that group really, really works, and people are paying attention. So I also just want to remind you about tomorrow. So tomorrow is Thursday. Thursday is a really big power day for events. So just to remind you guys, we have our 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. prospect call where you can invite guests to introduce them to the product and the business. I have to tell you, a lot of the people on our team that are moving through the marketing plan fast are always showing up with on these events, and they're always having guests. And guess what? It's the same people. There's only a small group of you that are taking advantage of it. So if I could give you any words of encouragement, if you've never been on one before, I highly, highly recommend that you take advantage of at least getting on the calls, understanding the structure of it to feel safe and comfortable and confident enough to invite your guests on. And then I want to let you guys know that tomorrow night at 9 p.m. is our Canadian party. So of course we want to have it live and in person, but we're going to go on Zoom. The flyer's already available. You want to come in white, make sure you dress in white, and it'll be from 9 p.m. Eastern time to 10 p.m. It'll be an hour. It's going to be hosted by Stephen Millman, our VP of Sales, as well as Lee Haddad, our business manager developer for all of Canada. And they're going to host it, and there'll be some music, there'll be some prizes, there'll be some recognition. They're encouraging you to bring a drink to cheer for all of the success and welcoming all of our new partners to our Canadian team. And we will highlight some of our new people right across Canada that are moving and shaking. And I've actually put, I believe, Randy's name forward. So Angela, make sure you follow up with Randy to see if he can get on tomorrow night, and we can have him featured as one of our speedos that is probably going to hit sales coordinator this month in 5 weeks. So pretty exciting. I also want to just let you guys know how the month is going to end in regards to deadlines. If you guys are going through any big promotions and want to finish your promotion in the month of May, Our office in Ontario closes Friday at 5 p.m. So if you're going for some promotions and have some tower gardens that you're trying to close off in a month, you need to get your tower garden orders in by about 4:30 because they actually have to do them manually. And so if it shows up anytime kind of after 5 and the office is closed, it will not be processed until the June month. Okay, so just note on that. But you can still place online orders on Saturday and on Sunday because it is still in the month. So just wanted to let you guys know that. And that's all the announcement I had. Melissa, is there anything that you wanted to bring to anyone's attention today before we go into training on shred? Do you want to talk to them about today's regional?
Yeah, I was just going to say the Success Summit was spectacular. And I've heard these stories. I was watching Sarah's video again. I was watching it on somebody else's timeline and I was crying again. It's a little ridiculous. And they say it's probably only going to be there until tomorrow night. So guys, when you get off here, go watch some of it. Go watch the rest of it tomorrow. It is so good. Amazing training.
Where can they get it? Where can they get it if they missed out on the live today?
Yep, I was getting there. Everyone should have gotten an email from head office. If you didn't, check your junk box. And if you still didn't, reach out to your upline. They will give you the link and the password. And if you did not get that email, that means somehow you've opted out of emails from head office. So make sure that you get back on that distribution list so you don't miss out on anything else. Probably takes, I'm going to say, about 4 hours all in to watch all the training. So that's why I'm saying split some up tonight, some tomorrow. But it's so worth it, every single last one. There's great training, incredible stories. I think the training is going to move you, and that was the goal. As we said, people aren't going to remember what you said, but they're going to remember how you made them feel, and I think it's absolutely jam-packed with that, and really, really shows what our community is all about, as well as this opportunity. So watch it. It's so good. And for those of you that have team, what I'd recommend doing is what we did today, if you can, is pick a time to jump on Zoom all together with your team and watch the stories, because we chatted about them afterwards as well. It was so good.
Guys, can I just jump in super fast? I want to welcome Shelly. I don't know if Bunny's your real last name, but we'll call you Shelly Bunny. I love it. I met her online, and she's going to school to be a nutritionist, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so she's checking out the business. So, and where are you from?
Regina.
Regina. Yeah, so welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's jump. Oh, go for it, Brandy, sorry.
I want to welcome Dana. Dana's new to my team, and this is I think her second or third call, and I know she's going to do great things. So go team, go Dana.
Awesome, welcome. Okay, so let's jump into some training here. So I want to talk to you guys about the Shred program. And I want to kind of go through some resources and give you some inspiration of how you guys can be focused in building for the Shred program. So what I want to say about the Shred program, first off, it used to be called Transform 30. So if you hear any rumblings of Transform 30, that was like 5 years ago. And that was by Dr. Mitra Ray, and she put that together. And then it got converted over to Shred 10. But if you guys have a chance to watch Melissa Hyde's NMD speech, she was actually the first NMD to get to NMD because we had a program. And in her NMD speech, she calls it, you know, the Transform 30 program. And really, Melissa got to NMD because of that program. And I remember in her last month, like that month that she was going, she had to do like 12,000 PBC, which is like hundreds and hundreds of orders. And I think, I don't know what we counted, like 30 different Transform 30 events in 1 month. Like it was insane. but she took the first week off because she had to get her kids like to university and like all that stuff. So she really did it in 3 weeks, not 4 weeks. And I just remember that this girl never stopped until she made it happen. And she really, I guess, gathered her team, and together they were doing events everywhere. And what Transform 30 is really the Shred program. It was just 30 days that we were trying to like bring people in. So last night was a great example of you inviting a guest, them listening to the importance of detox, and then getting introduced to the Shred program, and then wanting to sign up. And so again, that recording is available on the DYSL. So if you're thinking about like your prospect list, think about inviting them into that group and watching the video, because I know our numbers for orders jumped up like 60 orders today. So I know that there were a lot of people within our team that ended up getting a lot of Shred orders today. And I couldn't keep up, and I don't know if Melissa or Sarah, you were keeping up of adding people, because people were getting tagged like crazy today in that. So it was amazing to see. I love how that group is growing by the hundreds, like almost every week. Like, remember when we first started this not too long ago, Melissa, we were just like, oh my gosh, we're at 500. And then we were like, oh, we're at 1,000. Now we're like at 2,700 people. And it's growing every single day. So again, congratulations for using it as a tool to bring people in. I actually got a Shred order a couple weeks ago from somebody that I put into the group. It was a nutritionist from Medicine Hat, and she had been following me, and I put her in. She wasn't ready to get started, and then because she saw all of our like Shred posts and like, you know, talking about Shred, she just reached out to me and said, okay, tell me about this Shred. And I did, and she's on the Shred now. So that's the first thing I wanted to tell you about, is just really tap into that opportunity from Alyssa, because it's fresh and it's there and it's available. So that'd be the first thing. The second thing that I want to say about Shred is that you can start the Shred anytime with your prospect. It doesn't have to be a set date. I mean, we typically, when we are in that group, we're saying, hey, we're starting another Shred this month, and it's typically the first Monday of the month. So this Monday coming up is June 1st. So then you guys can leverage that by using it on social media. And obviously the best way to be bringing people into our Shred program is through social media. I just want to let you guys know that like the NMDs a couple years ago wanted to brand us a little bit differently, because you can appreciate that so many people are using the Shred program, right? Like it's a company-wide program. So we decided a couple years ago to brand it a little bit differently on social media so that we stand out and are original. So for some of your new people, you probably have no idea what that is, and I'm going to tell you and show you, but we call it kind of like the Sweet Body program, or the Sweet Body Shred, or the Sweet Body Detox. If you follow me on Instagram, I call it Sweet Body Detox. And it's a different name for it. It's catchy, and that's what a lot of us leaders do. And I just want to show you Nikki Webb, who is our amazing personal assistant. Hold on here. I'm going to just show you. Go here. Can you see that? Sarah, I can see you on screen. Sarah Mokhtar, you can see that there? Okay. So I'm just going to go back here. So Nikki is going to show you where this is so we can go back. So I'm going to just show you where to grab some images for social media that resonates with you, and there's a lot of them. So I'm going to show you 2 places that you guys can go to grab images, and then you get to choose what images resonates kind of like with you. So the first place is under Team B, which is our team group. Under photos, Nikki has put an album, and it's called Social Media Images, and she's going to keep on updating these every single month to add. But for the people that are using Instagram, she has put together some really nice visuals with our team colors, which is kind of the white and gold feel, like honey, sweet like honey. And she's put some really nice Insta story photos that you guys can grab and put on your stories. So I'm going to just scroll through so you can see some of them. They're so pretty, and you can, if you're into stories, you can kind of build a story with these, and then write down when your next Sweet Body Detox program starts. And you guys get to get creative, because in our group, we're running the program all the time. We have a total system with our leaders, and it's cool because not only are the leaders doing it, but we're also reaching into our team, and a lot of our team are getting brave enough to post live videos. And so you can get creative and start your Sweet Body program at any time. So I know Ilona, I saw her this month. She's like, she started it in the middle of May. She's like, my next, shred program or Sweet Body program is starting on May 15th, and she built for that date. So there's not this locked in, you have to start it at this date. It's totally up to you, but typically we start kind of on the first, and then you can create another one that you start mid, but you can sign people up anytime. I just want to give you that confidence. But some beautiful, beautiful images that she has put together. And then for those of you that like flyers to like invite people to the prospect calls that I was talking about, like the Monday and Thursday, Nikki is done a great job putting I think 20 different images that kind of feel your vibe. So go through them. And these are images that you can use to invite people to our prospect calls. All the same information, just different images for branding, whatever feels authentic to you, kind of like your target market and who you're going after, okay? So I just wanted to point those out. So that's the first place that you can go for some social media images for the shred. The second place you guys can go is the Freedom Revolution. And hopefully you guys are really starting to get familiar with this website, because it is absolutely amazing. And our company has spent a lot of money and hours and reaching out to top leaders to put this together. So I want to show you a couple things. If you go under training and go under Shred 10, I'm going to open it up here. If you have no idea what the Shred 10 program is because you're brand new, this is actually where you want to go. It's a resource, and this video here is 28 minutes. And this actual video, Dr. Mitra Ray put together to educate the new partner to understand what the shred is and how you can use to build your business. So you want to watch this video if you've never watched it before. And then what you want to do is get familiar with 3 key videos. This is a short kind of like teaser video. If somebody's interested, you can definitely send them a teaser video of the basic of what the shred is. We have the longer version, which goes into the education, kind of like almost like a little mini, Alyssa training, like what Alyssa did last night. This is kind of like a little mini Mitra training of like why detox, why it's important, and why this program works. So that's a great video. I actually only send this video out to people because I only want people serious about the shred, and I want to make sure that they understand why they would be shredding. So this is my favorite video. I have it on my phone. I save it on my phone, and that definitely is my favorite. If you want to keep on going and you have somebody that even wants more information, maybe they're a knowledge or maybe they're a more detailed person and they're like, can you give me even more information? Then you would go into giving them something like Make Peace with Your Microbiome that even goes into more detail about detoxification and bringing balance to your gut. So you will meet some of those people that just continue to want more information, and that is available. And then if you scroll down, there's some basic stuff like we've got, like there's a presentation book, there's a shred guide. This shred guide, which I'm going to show you, is available on our Facebook group, Design Your Sweet Life. And lots of cookbooks are available. And I'm going to show you where to get those as well. So right here is where you can actually download all of these free cookbooks and have them on your computer. And anytime, let's say you get a customer, you could actually gift your customer with a free cookbook, which is kind of cool. It's a nice gift. We have a Tower Garden recipe book. We have healthy mocktails. We have Complete. So if you love your Complete and want different ways to use it in regards to balls or pancakes or shakes, we have that. And then we've got volumes 1 to 4. So lots of value there. And then these are so awesome. So these videos are explaining, like, why do you eliminate alcohol? Why do you eliminate caffeine? Why do you eliminate sugar? You know, what is this thing about fasting and you making me stop eating at 6? Are you crazy? But it explains it, and it's professionally done. And then there's one video here which I really like, which is why men are doing the shred program. So if you have a man that's kind of skeptical or whatever, I usually send him that video. And then this video, I always send when I'm getting my shredder ready to start. It's actually about a 12-minute video. It actually includes myself, Jen Brennan, Melissa Hyde, and each one of us speak a little bit on how to get ready for shred. And then you have all of these Shred 10 images, which are pretty cool. These are like the guidelines. You can also, if you look at here, I'm going to just open it up. No, it's not opening it up, but you can save these onto your phone, these visuals here, and it's actually pricing that you can send to people if they're interested in the price point. And this is usually the document that I use the image. And then I want to scroll down and I want to show you guys all these beautiful images that you guys can use on social media as well to entice people to know more about it. And you can kind of open it up. You can write stuff on it. So if you're starting your shred, let's say on June 15th, you could even put, you know, starting, you know, our Sweet Body Detox program on, you know, June 15th. So you can kind of get creative there, but they're just beautiful, like just amazing images. So if you really are using social media, you've got an entire area here where you can start to really play and follow the leaders. Like I know Sarah Mokhtar, I love her energy on social media. I love what you do. I love that you have a style it's like very pink and soft and feminine. And you know, sometimes I'll use some of your images because they're so beautiful and so professional. And we heard it on the training today is when you take someone's, you know, information, make sure that you tweak the words to you, because you might not sound like Sarah and then it might not sound authentic to your audience. So you just always have to be careful when you are taking, you know, images are fine, but just make sure the words are resonating with your audience. Okay. Sarah, did you want to say anything about the whole shred? I've just showed everybody kind of where to grab, you know, the basic resources. I think there might be some more under here too. Let me just double check. No, they're the same. Okay, they're the same. Yeah. So that's where you get like your images. And like I said, Nikki is going to download a lot more. I think what I'll do is I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to go to the DYSL to kind of show you the units tab. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get there behind the scenes. And Sarah, can you just share a few words of wisdom about like how you build for each Sweet Body and like the hashtags? Can you talk a little bit about the hashtags as I pull up our Facebook page?
Yep. So with Instagram, especially, using your Sweet Body, and if you Google that, not Google, if you search Instagram for the hashtag your Sweet Body, you'll see all of our posts come up. And in the comments of your Instagram post, you know, you want to be posting like hashtag healthy living, hashtag motivation, hashtag fitness, hashtag community, just those types of things that would draw people to your post. If someone's looking on Instagram for something like our program, they're going to look for those specific words. So you want to be using those in your post. Jen and I really, our team, use a lot of polls to get contact names. So it's really important to not flood your Instagram stories with polls. I really truly believe we probably should do an Instagram training or social media training, more specifically to Instagram. But I get a lot of my customers through my stories, through my stories and my polls. So I'll post, there's actually one up on my Instagram right now. You guys can follow me, Holistic Fit Mama.
And at the end, I always have a poll, like, are you ready to get started? And one answer will be yes, the other one maybe more information. I feel like it almost takes the pressure off, I guess, of people to ask for information, because a lot of people that I would never have imagined would want information are asking for it. So they're a really, really great way of getting contacts. I know Becky is using them also. But yeah, definitely using Instagram stories where you can share, your own testimonial. I know Jody and Amanda and Ashley Tuff are totally fine with us using their testimonials. Testimonials and stories are, what get people interested. And then I am always posting about the value, the added value that you get with the shred. So the free resources, the online workouts, the cookbooks, all of that kind of stuff, because people at the end of the day like free.
Awesome. Yeah. And Brandy, I know Brandy does a great job on social media.
Brandy's amazing. Yeah.
So her comment here is the best way to share the shred is with personal experience, show everyone what you're doing and how it's going. And yeah, I mean, Beck or Brandy, do you want to speak on that for a minute?
So I'll just go back to when I joined the business, and I started with the product, and it took me 2 weeks of taking the product and sharing my experience with everyone around me. I instantly joined the business and I qualified my business, and I made my first promotion to whatever it used to be called, VF now. But I think that that's the best way. And it's really hard to share a shred experience if you aren't feeling it, if you don't have that energy inside of you to believe in it and share it with other people. It's really hard for them to feel that from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Brian, do you actually want to get on and say that? Like, want to share that?
Sure. Yeah, I can do that. So I just know for me, sometimes it's hard to post. It's hard to think of hashtags on the fly for posts. And 10 to 20 is a general number that's normally safe. Like if you go over 30, sometimes it gets blocked or can be flagged as spam. But yeah, if you have a list in notes, like I have a hashtag list, and it takes a day and a little bit of extra time, but you just set aside some food posts and things that are related to health or food or fitness. And then you can just copy, edit, paste them into at the end of your caption or in the comments.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a great note. I do that. I have actually my notes with my hashtags as well, and I just copy and paste because it wastes so much time if you have to do it every time. So great tip, Brian. Okay,
hey,
the
Brian.
last.
I was just saying, Brian, while you're on, did you want to welcome someone?
Well, tonight I have on my friend Mary Ann, who is super excited. She's making lots of progress trying the products and excited to join the biz. So everyone welcome Mary Ann. She works out in my gym and we have a good old time.
Yay! Welcome. So glad you joined. Okay, so let's, I'm just gonna show you guys our Design Your Sweet Life private group. So this is where I was saying we've got close to, I think, 2,700 people. So if you're not in here, you want to make sure that you do get added. And then this is your group. This is our online community. This is where our love happens. This is where you hear from us often in regards to just healthy lifestyle. And really what this page is to inspire people to live a healthier life. And you get to put people in here that are not even on Juice Plus. They can just be part of our community. So oftentimes what I'll say to a new partner, if you get a big fat no, not right now, I never let them off the hook. I'm like, okay, no problem. But hey, I can invite you. I like to invite you to our wellness community, and it's free, and you get so much value from health professionals and fitness trainers and just moms that are just, you know, moms and dads that are so passionate about, and there's so much value. And I would say that 90% of the people that I ask always say yes. I have gotten a few no's, and that's no big deal, but I always give them the option, like, to at least join the wellness community. And honestly, it has served me so well. I feel like I get 1 to 2 orders a month just from the people that I've put in here over the years. And they're like, okay, it's time, because they're watching. You just don't know what, you know, did they watch the Jen Pike video last month or last week? Did they watch Alyssa's? Like, I mean, we had over 200 and some people watching, you know, the Alyssa talk. So you just don't know when the you know, lights are going to go off for them, that they're going to reach out to you. So so really take advantage of it. If you guys want to, you can copy the URL at the top and send them the link for them to get added to. That's another way versus just inviting them. But what I want you guys to know is within this group, so let's say, for example, you actually have somebody that's like ready to go, they're excited, they've ordered the products, you put them in this group, and now you're like, well, what's next? Like, what do I do with this person? So on the left-hand side, there's called units, and in the units tab, we have created almost like a little mini library. So the units tab, unit 1, this is where you would actually want them to go. And I'm just going to open it up. And then what you want to do is you want to scroll down, and there's the new video. So you want to make sure that they understand what the program is. And what you would do is you would tag them. You could tag them in it. You might have already sent it to them because they might have watched it before they signed up, so no big deal, but that video is there. We have a tracker form, so if they really want to keep track of like their measurements and everything. And then how to prepare for the shred, I've already showed you where you could go, but it's right here as well, how to get ready. That's a really important one for them to watch. If you haven't watched it, you will want to watch it. And then the most important is the guide. So we actually have a copy of the guide, and what you want to do is encourage them and tag them that you want to go through it. You want to get, because the shopping list is in there. There is, you know, great easy recipes. There's the shake recipes. So it's a lot of extra value for them to really understand what the shred program is. And you can keep on going through the units tab. And what I wanted, so unit 2 is the cookbook. So if people are running out of recipe ideas, you can guide them to the cookbooks and recipes. There's more details on the Sweet Body guidelines there. And then we just have added like a little mini library. There's product knowledge videos, like our favorite videos here. We've got, this is really cool. We have 22 stories in here, 22 stories. And what we've tried to do, this is Nikki, she's done all this work for us. Most of them have like a title, and they're live videos. These have been people that have gotten into our group and has shared what, you know, the program has done for them, what Juice Plus Lifestyle. And these are stories that you could actually tag people in so that they can relate to the story. Because oftentimes your person needs a third-party validation, and oftentimes it's a story that they need to hear that will inspire them to say, okay, I'll try it. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys know where to go for those stories is in here. In-depth education, as you guys know, we've been having a lot of online events, and most of them have been recorded, and Nikki has done such a great job adding these particular videos in here for you guys to go through. So for our knowledge people, for the ones that just can't get enough information, this is for you guys. This is for you to just keep on learning. I remember when Melissa said, I think I'm going to go back to nutrition or school and become a nutritionist like you. And I'm like, girlfriend, you will learn more in our community than you will at nutrition school. Trust me. I think that was a real smart decision. We also have information on the towers. So for those of you that are crazy about the towers and really focusing on building your business with the towers, We've put a lot of the big talks on the tower. So again, you can go in, you can grab them, you can share them with your prospects. And real life stories, Sarah had mentioned that, you know, oh gosh, it'd be so nice to share someone's story. This is where you can, again, share some stories with people, and you can just open them up, and then you can grab, like, for example, this is Brad, my boyfriend, and so this is his before and after picture, and a little bit about what the shred did for him. So this is stuff that you can use and tag people to let them know of the results, because lots of people like to see the visuals, and we have those stories and we have those visuals. There's Jody, there's Amanda with her story, there's Ashley with her beautiful story. So really, really powerful stuff. So I just wanted to make sure you guys know where this is on this page, because when you are bringing people into the shred, you want to make sure that you're doing a good job, making sure they're set up for success. Is there anybody else on here that wants to talk about the shred real quick, that you're confident and you're excited and you've been doing it for a while and you're getting results? I don't know if Jen Brennan's on here tonight or not. No, she's not tonight. Okay. Yeah. How about you, Melissa? Do you want to, because you're the one that went to NMD on this program, can you give any kind of thoughts or words of wisdom of like how to use this to like build to the next level?
Sure. It's about asking questions of whoever you're talking to, because this program is for absolutely everyone, no matter where they're at on their health journey, no matter what their health goals are, it meets them there, because they can choose to just make one simple change or a whole bunch of changes, whatever they want. And as I always say, we have absolutely everything you need to be successful. And I'll explain to them the different resources we have, webinars, and then of course also position yourself that you're going to be right there beside them, helping them every step of the way, because you also do this with them. And we have an incredible community page that have so many people participating. Like, I can't think of anything else that somebody needs to take their health to the next level, whatever that may be. We have everything, including for the whole family, because of the Healthy Starts. We have the resource book for families in there. Everything. It's the best product with rules or guidelines that we should be following anyways. Of course, we don't do it perfectly all the time, but it lasts forever. So it's not like we're just kind of doing a 10-day fix and then you go back to your old habits. These habits are going to stick. And then you're going to have a new goal that you're going to go after, and you just keep going. And that's why it's a lifestyle program. And as a trainer, this is the best thing that ever happened. And I know pretty much every nutritionist would say the same thing. This just made their job so much easier because everything is done. And it's so much fun because there's so many events that are going on, or create your own event. If you've got a bunch of people shredding with you, do a ball party, an online ball party. Show them how to make salad jars. Show them how to do overnight oats or smoothie bowls, because I don't know if you guys get that all the time. Oh, I don't like smoothies. I like to chew my food. Like, oh my goodness, fine. Here's a smoothie bowl for you. Or just don't put all your ingredients in there. Eat your banana and drink your smoothie. Whatever, it works for everyone. So just make it fun. Like, whatever part of the program inspires you, use that to share with other people, because you will attract people that are interested in that as well. But it's just so darn easy. And people can start with one shake, or they can go full blown with the quads and 2 shakes a day. So it's for everyone, no matter what. It's an absolute no-brainer. You just have to ask the questions so that the person you're talking to just realizes, wow, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So just keep asking questions. There's one more thing I was going to say. What was it? Oh, affordability. I tell people right from the get-go how affordable the Shred program is. In fact, most people find it will save them money because you're not buying cookies and crackers and junk food and chips and all of that stuff. You're eating what you're buying at the grocery store, because you're going to be doing a little bit of meal planning. So your veggies aren't going to be rotting in your fridge. Or if you have a tower, you're not going to have any rotting veggies. So it saves you money. So for like $10 a day, they can be on everything and getting incredible nutrition which we all know no one can buy that quantity of nutrition for $10. But it's going to save them money because they're going to be eating that and then having another salad to go with it. And that's it. So it's going to save them money and they're going to feel amazing.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Okay, so that was kind of my training. I'm going to just open it up now. If you guys have any questions on the shred or, you know, how to use it on social media, now is your time to start asking questions. Or if there's any other specific questions that you have, we'll stay on till about 9:30 and we'll help and support you with anything that you need clarity on. And don't be shy. This is your time.
Hey, Nicole.
Hi.
I'm trying to get to the men's tower talk or the men's tower thing going on right now.
Okay.
I have the poster, but the code's not working. Do you know if there's an updated one?
It's is it just for tower?
No, it's like.
It's the men's call.
It's the men's night.
Okay. Melissa, do you want to maybe try to reach out to Doug Barlow right now and try and get the code, the right code for the men's call, or on the NMD chat? Can you try and work on that right now? I'll get Melissa working on it behind the scenes to see if we can get you the right code.
He's the one who's talking.
Okay.
Not a men's tower talk. It's just a men's call, right?
Men's call.
Yeah.
Guy, do.
De boo.
Do boo.
You're Canadian. You should be pronouncing it right.
Guy de boo.
Add that to the list.
Exactly.
Craig Radisey.
Sorry. I just wanted to just a comment about the shred. For those of you guys who don't know what the shred is in its entirety, when you hear the word shred, you're like, oh, shredding weight. And when you start flooding your body and eliminating those sorts of things, losing weight does happen, as you saw those amazing testimonials. But for me, who has struggled with body image issues, you know, my relationship with food, all that kind of stuff, this program really filled my cup because it's so much about education, and it's not about shredding weight at all. It's about shredding, you know, things that aren't serving us any longer. And I know some of you guys are new. So if you're hearing the word shred, it's not like shredding, you know, weight. It's about literally shredding the toxins out of our bodies. It's a very holistic, long-term program that has just been such a shining light in my life. Although I did live a very healthy lifestyle before, it's just really, really great for everyone. Like Melissa said, you know, my son could do this, you know, so it's just an awesome, awesome program. You guys definitely need to be, you know, doing the shred if you're not, and getting as many prospects on it as possible.
I put the guidelines up. Can you see it, Sarah? Do you want to walk them through it?
Yeah, so obviously adding more plants with our Juice Plus capsules in the shakes, lots of water. Water is a big thing. A lot of our, you know, ailments are because we're dehydrated, so 3 to 4 liters of water minimal. Deep breaths, breathing, stopping, being mindful of everything. We, you know, even though we're in quarantine, I feel like we're still in this like go, 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 go life. So just making that time to take some breaths, to be in the moment, exercise, moving your body, whether it's up and down some stairs or, you know, running hill sprints. Moving our bodies is so important. Reducing or eliminating caffeine after 6, no eating, and no processed foods for obvious reasons. No gluten nor dairy, and no artificial sweeteners and refined sugar. If you're wanting to know why we're having you guys do that,
Sarah, you're muted.
Oh, weird. Was I muted the whole time?
No, just like the last 10 seconds.
That's bizarre. My computer's being hijacked. I forget. Oh, you know, if you're curious as to why we're having removing some of those things or adding, The shred guide is exactly that. It explains why we're doing everything, which is really, really great for those of you who want to know why.
Okay, yeah. So she asked about the eating after 6. What wake up time is that based on? Like I get up at 11. So should I stop eating at 11 the night before? Well, the premise on, stop eating at 6 is really the concept of fasting, right? So giving your digestive system a break so that your other organs can actually do its job. So an example would be like if I stop at 6 and I go to bed around 10:30, I'm starting to get hungry. I'm not gonna lie. It's an adjustment period, especially if you're used to snacking at night. So your body is going to have to adjust. It's called adjusting your blood sugar. You're gonna have to go through a little bit of change. But the benefit is that by the time you get to bed, you have used all of your digestive energy, your food has been digested, and now it's going to go into the detox phase so that the liver can do its job and go through proper phase 1 and phase 2, assuming it has gotten all of the right nutrients in the day. And so through the night, when there's different organs at different times that do all of the detoxing, it has all the ammunition it needs and energy to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you start eating before bed, you end up taking that energy from proper detoxification and it goes into having to digest food. So oftentimes if I do that, and I still sometimes do, I wake up and I feel like I have a hangover. Because I have not detoxed properly. My body feels it. I feel like crap. I usually have some bags or some purple color under my eye because my body is screaming at me that it never did the job that it wanted to do. So that's the whole premise of like fasting. So you just have to. Yeah.
I definitely understand the why. It's the time frame I'm wanting to work at. Because like if I get up at 11 a.m. and I stop eating at 6. But I'm not going to bed until midnight or so. Like my schedule, right? Like I'm wanting to know how long I should go do that intermittent fasting on so I can adjust it to my current sleep schedule.
Right. So you have to play with intermittent fasting. If you're a beginner and this is all new for you, you start at about 12 hours.
Okay.
12 hours. That's the beginner fasting. Okay. And then if you start to become more advanced, then you kind of move to 13, 14. So I'm at about 16. I can go between 14 and 16 hours and feel good. Like I don't feel like I'm dying.
Right.
So.
And then one other question, should the gap in eating, like does it have to be at the before bed stage or can you like eat later but then have breakfast later? Like how does that relate?
So it takes on average between 3 to 4 hours to digest a complete meal depending on what you've eaten. So usually it's saying don't eat at least 3 hours before you go to bed.
Okay, because the digestive system won't keep digesting that meal. Okay, thanks.
You're so welcome. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Mary Lisa is a nutritionist on our team and she's saying 3 to 4 hours, no food. If you're heavy protein meal, it's going to be 4 hours. If you're more light carbohydrate, plant-based salads, it's more like 3 hours. Good questions. Good questions. Did you catch that, Melissa? They're having trouble with that code. Yeah. Are you still looking into it?
Yeah, I've got it right off the flyer, but nobody's replied to me since. So
okay.
It's also, you have to dial in, right? It's not a Zoom. It is a phone call.
Okay. I think I heard that. Yeah. Okay. We'll have to figure that out. I'm sorry, guys, if you can't get on it. We'll have to find out why it's not working from, because it is a US number. So it should be able to allow Canadians to dial in, which is so bizarre. Do you have to actually put the star behind it, Melissa? Star, 6 star?
I think so. That's what it says on the flyer. So,
Okay. And Stephanie's saying, oh my God, I'm bad. This is my biggest struggle. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Give yourself some grace. You know what? You have to be patient. I know Sarah's going to talk about this. Somebody just said, oh my gosh, I'm bad. This is my biggest struggle. What do you have to say on self-love and compassion and working through those emotions of being connected to the food addictions and our food habits?
Yep. You just exactly what you said. You got to give yourself some grace, because the more you talk those negative thoughts in your head, you're just digging yourself a little deeper in those negative thoughts, and you're going to keep continuing being like that. That's the glory of this shred and this community. You know, we're here loving on each other, however our journey is, and educating each other. But yeah, you just, every day has to have some self-love. Affirmations for me are a big one, and a lot of them are around positive body image.
Yeah, for sure. And if I'm going to give you just my vulnerable story, when the Transform 30 came out, I did it for about a year. And I remember Mitra calling me and she said, are you really doing it? She called me out. And I'm like 90% doing it? And she's like, okay, so where's the 10% that you're not doing it? And I said, well, I'm not giving up my bottle of wine. Are you like freaking kidding me? Like, I just gone through a divorce. It's like my soother. Like, you can't take that away from me. And so I have so much compassion for everyone, because we all have our thing, our struggle, our habits, our whatever we're connected to, right? And so finally, once the kids went back to school, it was the month of September, she's like, can you do me a favor and just do it for 30 days? Just, I promise you, you will feel so much better. And so it was really scary for me, but when I'm an action, I'm a red, my personality. So guess what? Damn, she knew how to work me, and a challenge works for red. So she challenged me and I took on the challenge. And when I started to think about this, I was like, I don't think I've ever had a 30-day pause of alcohol since I was 14 years old. I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I have a problem. And right? Like, it was like one of those aha moments, and you realize it has just become such a part of your life. It's like how coffee becomes like a part of your life every day from a young age. Well, alcohol for me obviously was part of it. But the cool thing was, this is what happened when that happened. Brandy, you nailed it tonight, which was, you said you documented your changes. So I was like totally hardcore. I took my measurements, I did my weight, and in those 30 days, I actually lost 14 pounds, and it all came off of my waist. So my alcohol habit was hanging out on my tummy, like big time. And if you see my before and after pictures, you see I kind of look a little puffy in my center. And in 30 days, I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I see an ab. Oh, I'm so excited. There's an ab under there. But the cool thing about that experience for me was, I was, one, so proud of myself that I could actually do something like that. Two, I got more connected to my body than ever. I felt amazing. And I was promoting it on social media in a very vulnerable way. Let me tell you, if you're a health professional and you're a nutritionist and you're showing people that you're pudgy, that is so vulnerable. Oh my gosh, it is so vulnerable. And so it was so uncomfortable. But Mitra, again, challenged me. She's like, Nicole, the more vulnerable you are with people, the more that you're going to grow your business. And as soon as I did that, it was like I was taking a mask off for my audience. And then everybody came flooding to me to want to do the shred. Everybody, like, I blew up my business. Like, it grew so much, my paycheck grew. And I was like, oh my gosh, Mitra was right all along. So I'm sharing this with you in case there is something within the shred that you've been resisting, that it might just be time to take that challenge on for you. Don't do it for anybody else, but do it for yourself. I dare you. If you're a red, you're going to do it, right? I don't know, Becky, do you want to comment on that? Because I know, girlfriend, you and I kind of have similar stories with our alcohol and our wine. And I know that you took on the challenge this year and you got off the bottle for weeks and weeks
five
and
weeks.
Right?
5 weeks.
Yeah, tell people about that. Like, that was huge.
Yeah, it did. It felt absolutely amazing. But then at times too, I felt kind of shitty. Like I was like, oh my God, I think I'm detoxing. Like, obviously, guys, but I don't want that to sound like I was drinking a case of wine a night at all. Cause I know that does sound like that, but yeah, it is. And it's our generation, or my generation, and where I grew up. Like, we were but that's just what we did. There wasn't like a casual glass of wine. It was just go for it or go home. So yeah, for me to know I can do it was amazing. And yeah, 5 straight weeks. And yeah, I felt sleeping better. No brain fog. Yeah, it's just everything was wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, I hope that helped a little bit with some inspiration to say that we all go through our stuff and our challenges. And yeah, but I feel so much better. And then after that 30 days, about a year later, I actually stopped for 3 months. So I've actually like that's huge. That was huge for me. So it's like baby steps. You just don't know. And then, you know, I used to always have alcohol in my house for guests and, you know, and it was always there, but I don't do that anymore. Like, I keep it out so that like I'm on a shred, I'm not tempted. Like, I'm having a bad day and you want to grab like some wine and there's no wine and you kind of do a swear and then you're like, fine, I'll have that bubbly water again, right? So you have to sometimes set yourself up for that success too, right? Because we all have those bad days. So for me, I know I can't have alcohol in the house because it is totally my crutch when I'm having a bad day. So think about where you have to make those changes. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm breaking up with her, going to get shredded. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yes. And I hear you about, I try not to buy wine now. I buy kombucha instead. Me too. I have the kombucha in the house for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. See, I'm loving this. This is so good. I love this vulnerability and how we're sharing. This is so wonderful. And you know what? Your change and inspiration is going to be somebody else's change and inspiration. So wherever your heart is right now, trust me, you will start to find other people that have the same heart as you. And when you start to break through your heart and get to the other side, there will be people flocking to you because that's going to be your social media post. That's going to be your social media story and people are going to relate to it. So the thing that I've learned over the years is the more vulnerable that you can be with people. Like, one of the best people I think on our team that does those vulnerable posts is Sarah Mokhtar. She is so raw and she is so vulnerable. So we can learn from her because she is just amazing. And that's why she's always getting 10 orders and more in a month, pardon me, because she's so vulnerable. And that's what people are looking for. They connect to you in your story. So if there's something that you're like, I don't want to do it, because that's when you know you have to do it on social media. I know it sucks, but sometimes the suck is worth it. Michelle Rogers talked about the suck. If you got to go watch her 45-minute training today, because she talks about the suck. Sometimes we don't want to do it and it sucks, but we still do it because at the end it's worth it. That's what she said. Embrace the suck. Thank you. Awesome. Any other comments or questions before we wrap up tonight? This was such great conversation. I love when we can get on here and have some vulnerable stories. Shelly, did you raise your hand? Do you want to say something?
I just have a couple questions. So I was wondering if there's anywhere where you can find like the exact ingredients that are in the stuff. Is it like what the capsules, or if there's dyes or anything like that?
Yeah.
Or the nutrient content, like if it talks about what vitamins are available.
Yeah.
And the second thing was, so I've been researching different supplements because I'm wanting to start something, but the last one I looked at had a bunch of stuff in it I didn't want. So after I know that, and then if I decide I want to go with this, which I'm 99%, Is it best for me to start taking it before I start selling it? Or are people going to listen to me if I haven't even been taking it?
Yeah, great question. So Becky will be able to get you and direct you to all of the information for product ingredients. It's pretty easy to find. So I'll let Becky follow up with you on that privately. In regards to that, I say no. I mean, I started as a partner 15 years ago, the same day that I started to take Juice Plus. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was just going to take it. And I started to kind of perk up within about 2 weeks, like my own experience personally as a nutritionist. And I got my blood work done before I put it in my body because I was curious to see what it was going to do in 4 months. But in about 2 weeks, I actually started to I actually have to share this with a few people. So I was like, I'm going to call my dad and I'm going to call my best friend because their kids can get it for free. So no, you can jump right on board because I think what's really cool too is you can kind of use a lot of the other nutritionist stories. We have a lot of nutritionists on our team. So, you can use my story. You can, use different people's stories until you have your story, but it can still bring that energy to say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited that I've just partnered up with this amazing plant-based company. Their ingredients are incredible. The kids get it for free. And the stories that I've heard are like, wow, and I'm just putting this in my body now. And I am so pumped to see on a daily basis of how I'm going to really improve my health, so there's an energy in a way that you can come across still authentic.
Okay. And that leads me to one more question. So when the kids can get it free, is that like one adult in the family has to purchase it? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's mom, dad, grandma, auntie. So they order, usually the capsules, and then the kids can have a choice of either getting the free fruit and veg capsules or the free fruit and veg chewies, which are vegan.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Great questions. Anyone else? Questions, comments? Nope. Awesome. Okay, guys. So we'll see you tomorrow night on the party. Dress in white, and we'll have some fun. And if you're on the shred, we're kombucha, water, herbal tea. If you're not on the shred, I'll be drooling over your Chardonnay. See you guys. Have a good night.